Let's get dangerous. And here we go. Rex.
DJ.
I feel like I'm a fairly decent guy. Decent looking, should I say? Yeah, granted, I have this little bald spot going on over here, but who doesn't? Can someone explain to me what the fuck is so attractive about Pete Davidson? Is the laughing factor?
I think it's the money.
Is it? Because I'm fairly certain Kate Beckinsale and Ariana Grande, or is it Vente? I always mix those two up. They found something interesting about him. I'm just convinced he has a third leg.
He needs help zipping it up. With something like that, I've got two theories.
What's that?
One, sometimes women just want a man who makes them laugh.
I guess I'm not as funny as I thought I was.
Two, he really has that third leg.
We'll go with two.
Because clearly, Pete Davidson, I've never seen him funny in anything. Those SNL skips.
Not even just the SNL skits.
Those SNL skips is right.
The skips, yeah. Skip. What was this? Oh, Barack Obama? I watched the first half. Skip. Yeah, his Comedy Central roast was not bad. He had a couple of funny jokes in his first stand-up, even though I did feel like he looked like the love child of Lydia and Beetlejuice from the Beetlejuice movie.
Yeah, when you pointed that out, it's one of those you can't unsee.
You can't unsee it.
Yeah.
So, he just recently came out. I guess he's, I'm sure he's been like, side movies here and there. But now, Judd Apatow.
I feel like we could remix that.
The guy who directed Funny People, Knocked Up, and This Is 40.
Did not see.
Funny People was good.
Wow. So he's batting 1 and 3. All right.
I did kind of like Knocked Up. Only reason I own Knocked Up is because an ex of mine, we wanted to see it. We were walking around Blockbuster. They only had a copy available to buy, but it was one of those like 83 people have rented this copy before. We're selling it to you for $5, and I was like, screw it.
Sounds like a waste of $4.99. But all right.
So, Judd Apatow hires Pete Davis to do a movie that's kind of a semi-biography.
Semi-autobiographical.
That talks about Pete Davidson's life growing up, how his father was a firefighter, and his father lost his life on the 9/11 bombings. All right, and some heavy stuff, but also putting in some comedy in there as well, bringing in one of our favorites, Bill Burr.
Yeah.
I absolutely love that clip where I'm going to tell my mother you drowned me. Drown you is an above ground pool. You're 8 feet tall.
and to me, that's like, he is probably the only reason I wanted to see this movie.
I feel like with a lot of movies, I was like, oh, he's in this. Oh,
it's going to be spicy.
So, Universal's the one that's putting the dough behind this movie.
Mm-hmm.
And as we all know, because of this year with the Tom Hanks disease,
mm-hmm.
Universal has been making some rather, as the other movie production company or movie companies, theater companies would say, unsavory decisions. See, well, it's leaving fans very divided. Like, but why would they care? Yada yada yada. Because to catch everyone up playing the home game up to speed, Tom Hanks' disease, or the human malware virus, or as I like to call it, the Dominic Toretto favorite drink virus.
That's never gonna catch on. Stop trying to make it a thing.
I'm gonna get shirts made.
You're like 6 months too late.
Don't worry, second wave is gonna hit later in 2020. So, movie theaters all shut down because of it. Therefore, you can't put stuff out. So movies that were set to come out were either pushed back or in agreements with the National Movie Theater Association.
MPAA,
Something
Movie
like that.
Pictures Association of America.
Oh, I think they got rid of one of the A.
Really? Look, between the
NPA.
whole MPAA and DMCA and the RPIA and
LGBTQ, LMNOP.
Yeah, too many acronyms, bruh. And as long as I don't see FBI at my door, I'm happy.
With one example would be Warner Brothers. Warner Brothers had that CG Pixar style Scooby Doo movie.
Oh yeah.
Which had Mark Wahlberg voicing the Blue Falcon or some shit.
Something like that.
They spoke to the NPA. They're like, listen, we want to do this. Are you cool with this? We're going to look to do this. They're looking to work with the movie theater companies, and the movie theater companies are being very understandable in this situation.
Mm-hmm.
Saying, listen, you're trying to do what you need to make sure you get the proper budget back. We're all for it. Do what you have to do. They make whatever arrangements, and they're cool with it.
Exactly. It's a symbiotic relationship between
Very
the two.
symbiotic.
You know? And when you start to burn these bridges,
You're left stranded.
Mm-hmm. I think they all lose.
So now, Universal had made a decision that they were going to take their movie Trolls World Tour.
Yeah! Oh, yeah! No?
No.
Okay, because I didn't see it either. I just assume every time I hear World Tour, I think of Entourage, the intro, the end. No?
Never watched Entourage.
You are missing out, my friend.
I'm missing out on a lot.
Yeah, I know.
I have 50 shows I'm trying to watch.
I know.
All at the same time, apparently, because everyone's all like, oh, you need to cancel that. You know, I mean, I've been, with all that had going on last week, I hadn't had a chance to sit down and watch any Breaking Bad.
All right, so after Breaking Bad, I'm going to recommend.
After Breaking Bad, apparently, according to the Real Good app, I got to start Clone Wars.
Clone Wars?
Clone Wars.
You haven't seen Clone Wars?
Nope.
All right, everything. Once you see Clone Wars, then come to me for recommendations. Go.
Okay.
All right, because Clone Wars.
Well, I've been using an app called Real Good. I gotta say, so far, it's actually been worth it. But
yeah, there's a couple of shows I would have put before Breaking Bad, but that's not.
Well, Breaking Bad was my first show. There was a couple of shows I had before Breaking Bad. So, Universal decided, okay, here's what we're doing. We're going to go straight to video on demand with this movie. And it decided to go and inform the NPA this decision 20 minutes before they announced it.
I still can't believe they had the balls to do that. Not 24 hours, folks. Not a week. No.
Now, mind you, it wasn't like
not
how
even
Warner
2
Brothers
hours,
did.
bro. Like,
it wasn't even like how Warner Brothers did. And it was like, listen, we would like to do this. Is there any way we can work out a deal in which we can do this? And the NPA was like, sure, let's work on something.
Exactly.
Universal went and said, hey, yo, we're doing this. Talk to you later.
Exactly. And I'm fairly confident they didn't even make a phone call. They sent it out in an email. And somebody was like, yo, Bob.
By the time I got to the higher up, they already tweeted it.
Yep.
So, of course, that left a sour taste in the NPA's mouth. Because
And AMC and Regal and especially
Cineworld.
Mm-hmm.
Because movie theaters don't make the money off the tickets. They make the money off the concessions. The ticket money goes towards the production company. That's how they go when they tell you that how Avengers Endgame was number 1 in the box office.
Yeah, it's a small percentage of movies so the movie industry is very complex, right? So obviously Universal or Warner Brothers or whatever, they fund the movie, they make the movie, right? Great. But then when to publish it out, they leave it to AMC, Regal. They usually make say, I don't know what the exact figures are, but I'll say 20% goes to AMC, the rest goes to whatever, or 60-40 or whatever it is. Not really sure, but the real big profit margin for a lot of movie theaters are the concessions. So you go in, so when I go with me and my significant other, we go to the theaters. Apparently, they didn't know that how expensive things really was because I was paying for everything, and and I think we had went and was like
got a large popcorn and a small soda. Like, that'd be $92.50, please.
Exactly, and they were like, "Oh, I'll pay for it." And I was like, "Are you sure?" Yeah. Pay for. You pay that much every time? Like, oh, this is just the bare minimum of what we got.
No, see, I am thankful. that I have friends. I have female friends that carry big bags.
Ah.
So what I usually do is I don't hit the concession stands in theaters. I'm sorry. I love movie theaters, but I usually hit the concession stands at 7-Eleven.
See, the thing for me is, right, I'm willing to support the movie theaters, and I'm willing to buy the concession, but I sneak in. I have one guilty pleasure that I sneak in.
Sausages. Sorry. Second guilty pleasure. Snow caps.
There you go. So, snow caps to me, like, those go hand in hand in theaters. Like, that's like a go-to. And apparently the only theater that sells snow caps is Regal. And they don't even always have it in stock. If I go to a Regal theater, I'm guaranteed to buy snow caps. But AMC, which I had the AMC stubs, the AMC stubs.
Stubs, I have A-list.
A-list, whatever. Yeah, thank you. A-list. That's what, it's been so long since I've been to the theater. I can't even remember what it is. The A-list, I go and I buy, I bring in, snow caps, and I'll pay the $30 for a large popcorn and soda. But if you had if they had snow caps, I pay extra $10 for that. Done too many times.
The one thing I give credit to AMC with is that they're actually going to try to spice things up with their popcorn selection. They have the gourmet popcorn, and that sometimes I will indulge in on occasion.
Except for that vanilla one, I'm not a big fan of.
Yeah, same. All right, but the one I go for is my spicy cheddar one, and that's
really
the one
caramel, baby.
Don't get me wrong, caramel's good. Caramel's very good, but I love my spice.
Mm-hmm.
And they have this one that's cheddar popcorn with flaming hot Cheetos in it.
All right, I think we need to get back on topic because I'm getting hungry right now.
So they make this decision, and now the movie theaters the MPA is all like, "This is a decision we will soon not forget." So then, Trolls World Tour hits VOD, and that leaves, the people at home to watch this, and in 3 weeks' time, the movie makes $100 million in VOD.
Yep.
They were probably looking at it like, wow, our projections were like $50 million opening weekend. So 3 weeks time, $100 million, they're jumping for joy. They're doing jumping jacks, or backflipping, high-fiving each other, doing lines of coke off of the receptionist.
I mean, did you not see Wolf of Wall Street?
I did. That's where I'm referring this from. Now, mind you, this is all probably just virtual and via Skype.
Worth the risk.
Yes. There's a little line of code on the screen, and just Nancy, the receptionist. She's like, "Hold still." So they go and they want to come up with a new model.
Yes.
They go and they say, "Hey," the guy who runs the joint says, "Hey, we're gonna do it where we release movies in theater and VOD simultaneously."
We talked about that before. We said, hey, I think that's going to be a thing. Especially, this was for the, I think it was for nominations, Oscar nominations.
That's just not me with Judd Apatow. That's a relief.
Yeah,
I am not alone.
But that's my thing. Like, we talked about that, and we were talking about, I think there's going to be, the whole big release because they're not going to really be worried about making a significant amount of money in the theaters because they're not going to be able to, because who's going to be going to the theaters after this? So I expected them to do I expected a VOD release and a limited theater release.
Yes.
I expected this coming up. But clearly what Universal did was they flopped on the table. They went MPAA, hold this. You need two hands.
And the MPA went and said, "Okay."
That's it.
And they went and said, if you're gonna go with this model, you can go kick rocks and flip flops and break a toe.
I'm sorry. I've never heard that before.
You've never heard that before? You can go kick rocks and flip flops and break a toe.
Wow. Okay. That is some next level stuff.
So which then led to Universal coming out and saying, "Oh, our bad. No, that's not what we meant. We meant it like like everyone's just like, yeah, sure, pal, sure." So they recently have a new movie called The King of Staten Island, starring Pete Davidson.
I'm sorry,
as we mentioned earlier. And they had a snafu that happened this past week.
Oh, they're trying.
You see, there are certain theaters that have opened back up, but not the typical ones us New Yorkers are more common to know. No, there's the more people in the middle states and all that had the wonderful luxury of drive-in theaters.
Oh, you mean the places that we fly over when we're going to L.A.?
Yeah.
And then we were going back from L.A.
And Drew Dice Clay once said, everything between New York and Los Angeles is just farming country.
That's pretty much it. I forgot about him.
So, with the drive-in theaters back up and opening, they got the okay to go and show King of Staten Island.
Mm-hmm.
And right before they were going to show it, they had sold out tickets.
Literally,
like, this looks good. Let's go see it. It has Bill Burr. And then Universal went and said, "Hold up.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to need you to not show that." There was a miscommunication about whether you should show it and all that. And that's where it becomes the whole, flag on the play. When you are in business with a movie theater, and let's say you create a production, you send them the reel, or depending on the type of style film you do, the digital format of it.
Yeah, it's usually like a hard drive that's locked up and encrypted and all of that.
Exactly. And in which case they put it into their systems, or they put it on their reel, and they show it. They can't show a film without the film actually being there.
Mm-hmm.
So at what point does this become a mistake? Because there are insiders within Universal that went and said this was a misunderstanding.
Mm-hmm.
You sent two movie theaters, multiple movie theaters. It wasn't like they said it's a one movie theater. It was like one that slipped the grid.
No, it was like 100 or something like that. Like this wasn't some small mistake.
A ton of drive-in theaters all got this stuff. Getting ready. Some of them has sold out their showtime. And here's the thing, folks. There are no big drive-in movie theater chains, at least not to my knowledge. If there is, please inform me.
Yeah, that would be amazing.
That would be awesome. AMC can cover that market once they get out of debt.
AMC
or Amazon,
getting out of
or
debt.
Amazon comes through.
Oh.
There are no big theater chains when it comes to drive-thrus. Those are usually mom and pop owned.
Mm-hmm.
Independent movie theater chains.
Yeah.
So they really do rely on people buying things from the concessions and all that stuff and people coming in. So when they sell out that ticket, if they sell out the show timing, in their minds, like, think of all the concessions we can get. Now, drive-in theaters aren't, to my knowledge, aren't like your typical theater in which, like, okay, they measure by seat. No, they measure by spot.
Yep.
Let's say, for an example, a regular theater has 30 seats. Let's be generous and say a drive-in has 30 lots.
Yep.
People drive up. There's a whole, there's a whole setup where you can get the audio in your car.
Mm-hmm.
And if you are rolling in with a crew of, let's say, 4 people, every car has 4 people. Everyone wants concessions.
Mm-hmm.
That's a lovely payday.
Exactly. And so with me on this, Universal, when they did the Trolls 2 thing, they burned the major corporations. They burned AMC. They burned Regal. Now, they're losing face because they've just burned small businesses, which everybody knows at this point are suffering. So the little mom and pop shops that were holding on for dear hope, that they were like, oh, finally, we're starting to see a couple of releases. Starting to see it. You just burned them. Why would they ever want to work with you again? How are you going to stop them from bad-mouthing? This is a PR nightmare.
Oh, yes, it is.
There's literally nobody now on your side. It's not like, oh, AM's like the mom and pop shop is gonna be like, all right, well, we kind of understand what Universal did. You know, they held when this King of Staten Island came out, you know, they held us down and they're caring about America and America job. You have nobody on your side now. You just destroyed everything. Now at this point, it's who are you going to be appealing to? Are you just appealing to international markets?
Mm-hmm.
Which international, so you're going to lose out, say, $500 million in the U.S. more, when you show your new Fast 9, whatever the future of the fate might be.
Yes,
yes,
and that's the point I also get into as well, because we were supposed to get, I think they're calling it F9, the Fast Saga.
Something like that.
It has John Cena in it, and I'm actually kind of looking forward to it. I always look forward to all the Fast.
I want to skip over 9 and just go straight to 10.
Fast 10, your seatbelts.
Fast 10, your seatbelts.
I have a guilty pleasure when it comes to the Fast and the Furious. I wasn't even really guilty. I openly, I love these movies. And they get continuously, they go and they push the bar of the meter. All right? I want to say, and face off.
Wait.
It's awesome.
Oh, I grabbed Face Off too? Yeah.
It's okay. He also grabbed, let's see, we got.
Fan Four Stick? No, Fantastic Four. The good ones. Got it. Mm-hmm. So when I tell you that these are guilty pleasures, these are the legit, bruh. If you give me a second, I'll actually show the HD DVDs of these movies. Universal just burned bridges that they can't even. Yes, that's the one with the actual audio CD.
Listen, audios. That comes with what? Despacito?
Yes, actually. Yeah, here we go. Yeah. Sorry, folks.
The fact that they don't call this music to drive fast to hurts my heart.
I know. But now you see, these are not these. When we tell you that these aren't guilty, we like these movies.
Yes,
I'm willing to pay for these movies. I see these movies in theater. I take my brother to see these in the theater. I go with the family. This movie is not just. These series aren't just about family, but they're about family doing stupid things. And if you ever have family, they do stupid things. This is what confuses me. So and you know what the worst part was? I was interested in this movie. I actually wanted to see this in theaters.
Really?
Yeah. I did.
Yeah, I agree. But in all fairness, literally, you can go and put out Twilight 6, and I'd just be like, I need to get to that theater. I need to smell the popcorn.
You got that itch on. You're like, if they release Twilight, I don't care. 50 Shades of Grey Part 6. Here we go.
50 Shades Dirtier. Yes.
But, I don't feel that Universal's going to have anybody saving them now. You're going to focus now entirely on the Chinese market.
Yes.
And, that's not
Chinese market's probably going to be the saving grace, if anything. But they're nowhere going to be near the glory they used to be, because now the theaters are going to be on the lookout. Well, not on the lookout, but there are going to be some theaters that are going to be quite spiteful against this.
Exactly. And here's the thing. You got to remember, too, AMC has a majority of a Chinese owner. Mm-hmm. How are they going to feel? You think Chinese owners are going to be like, oh, the state's going to be like, we remember what you did to our company AMC? Why should we release it? Because the Chinese market is not like America. Yeah. You can't just go, I feel like releasing a movie. Boom, here you go. Release it theater. It doesn't matter if you release it in IFC. They literally have a limited number of American movies that can be released over there. When you do that now and you burn one of their biggest companies, what do you think they're going to do? Oh, yeah. You can I'm ready for the big ride, baby. Did you say time?
Yeah.
I was going to say, I thought it was ride.
It's been a while. I used to watch this movie every year, but the last couple of years have been hectic. Maybe after I leave here, I'll go home and watch it. I got the steelbook to this, by the way.
Yeah, I know. I couldn't find the steelbook.
It's right home about.
Oh, wow. But in any case, yeah. So I think this has bigger implications than Universal even think. I think Universal is so short-sighted, and they shot themselves in the foot on this. I'm sorry, Nicholas Cage. There you go. On the shelf. All right, you can hold up Toretto. But it's Jessica Biel. Or is it Alba? Alba. No, sorry. I'm dating myself if y'all remember that competition back in the day.
I don't.
You don't remember the commercial?
No, I'm drawing blank.
Wow. I think it was a
Rex?
Spike TV thing.
Rex, let's think about all the things, all the knowledge I've stored on the useless crap in here.
Yeah, it's all wrestling. I know.
It's wrestling, movies, and well, shit, not women. So yeah, I had to make room. Commercials are not making it up there unless it's that Doritos commercial where that kid slaps the hell out of the guy dating his mom.
Really?
Don't touch my mama. Don't touch my Doritos. I'll show you it later.
Yeah, please.
So, we love the Fast franchise. As you proceeded to whip out your Fast and Furious hard on and slap it on the table.
I legitimately.
I guess we use this just as a napkin to clean up.
Yeah, I mean,
they say Jessica Alba is quite chesty.
I mean, you saw the scene when her powers went away, and yeah, I was there on set. That was no accident. But what were you gonna say?
Grabbing something by the something.
I can't. I wasn't prepared for that one.
Sorry, no. Grabbing someone by the something.
They call me Harvey.
One of these days I'll find that Detroit Lions shirt you're hiding.
What?
So
I burned that. I mean, that's a long story, folks. We're so far off track. It's like,
it's a recurring theme. I like to think that whatever audience we have, they're used to our insanity by now.
I'm fairly confident.
So, with all this being said, it's going to be very interesting to see what happens. Even if, because, hell, I had a conversation with my father. My father loves these movies too. He feels that they'll be just fine going on video on demand. But that's the point I brought up when it came to Trolls. If they're looking at the numbers of Trolls, people don't realize the fact that Trolls came out during a time in which everyone was fucking home.
Facts.
Not just the adults, the kids.
Yes.
All right? And if the kids are seeing constant commercials of Trolls World Tour, now on video on demand, the kid's going to want to see it, and you're like, screw it, just play, and you will play and pay. And I witnessed my sister, she's got how many streaming services from my nephew.
Yeah.
So he watches
my
Noggin. His Kids First. He's got this one BBC British Broadcasting Channel.
Yeah, I was gonna.
Down.
You people are horrible. All right, thinking anything otherwise.
So it's just like when it comes to when you're working at home with your child there, it becomes unbearable.
Yeah.
So what do? This will shut them up for about 2 hours.
That's a fact. That's a. I don't understand how.
When the world gets back to normal, that whole but this made this and this time goes right out the window.
Yeah. It's not gonna be people are gonna be like, oh, you know what? Let me rent this on whatever. In fact, if they're lucky, people are gonna see these movies by selling the high seas. They're gonna be on, that
was gonna be a point I was gonna bring across too.
Fire sticks that have been, updated or whatever these kids are calling it now.
Yes, exactly.
You know what I'm saying? It's not.
That was gonna be the next point I bring across. How many people we know sail the 7 seas? Yeah. And for those of you who don't know what that means, it's pirating.
Wow. Here we are trying to be subtle about it.
Come on, you know me. I'm not subtle.
I don't think you know what subtlety is.
As subtle as a fucking bull in the china shop.
And what is that? What are we up to, like 6, 7 now?
This one I wasn't even counting for.
Neither was high, but I'm assuming it's that. It sounds about that high.
Well, I'm as subtle as a guy named Danny in his friend's bathroom really drunk. Some people will understand that reference.
Oh, I'm mad I wasn't there and I get that reference. Shouldn't have been trying to keep up, boys.
No, I could keep up. It was just I was showing them you can't.
Oh, my birthday's coming up, so I think we need to talk, make some phone calls.
So, yeah. It's gonna be interesting seeing what happens from here on out. They're saying, I forget what's the date that King of Staten Island is actually supposed to be hitting on Premiere Video on Demand.
Wow. Here I got it, and I don't see the actual date. It was supposed to be Thursday, so I'm assuming this week.
This week?
Mm-hmm.
So it'll come out Friday, and in about 5 hours after that, I'll be on the 7 Seas.
That's really that's really what it is. The people aren't gonna be sitting there and going like, "Oh man, let me pay $5 or $10 to see Pete Davidson," or renting it for $4 or whatever it is on standard definition. I think that people are just gonna be like, "Oh, what's on Cody?" Did I say that out loud?
I haven't used that in a while.
Well, neither have I, but I'm fairly confident people still use it.
Uh-huh.
People tell me like, when they go like, "Oh, you don't have a Fire Stick?" Like, the amount of people that ask me why I don't have a Fire Stick is a severe problem. All right, and I go, "No, I just like to buy movies. I like to go to the movie theater.
We're collectors.
You know. I hate to be like, I'm that whale. I'm that instant collector.
I just recently helped a friend move, and she was able to fit her entire movie collection in one box. And I said, if I were to put my entire movie collection into one box, it would be a pretty damn big box.
When I moved, I don't think I could fit all of this in the trunk of my car.
My car, definitely.
And the problem is, this isn't even my entire collection.
Ooh, this isn't even my final four.
You fool.
Any last thoughts on this?
Universal, stop screwing up. I know everything that shines ain't always gonna be gold, but you guys are making it turds. It's a reference to the commercial.
Okay. Everyone's a bit dumber for hearing that. You were awarded no points, and may God have mercy on your soul. Since we go on to do outros of like movie references,
well, it's just
10 points to who can ever tell me what that movie's referencing. I'll give you 20 if you can tell me what his is.
I was gonna say, because I could clearly win that $10.
We're gonna create another account.
Black. Ha 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 ha.
There's an account called Not Rex from Sons of Cinema.
No. You see, that's where you're wrong. You don't call it Not Rex. You call it Definitely Not Rex.
Not Rex. It's like that folder. This is definitely not porn.
The irony is, for me, when I label it definitely not porn, it's definitely not porn. But any last words from you?
It's just, I'm a little nervous. Again, I love these Fast and the Furious franchise movies. The rate Universal's going, I don't know what the future entails on them. Maybe it would be funny to see it in the near future. Universal, a Disney Productions company.
You know what? If that's what if they want to lose money, if that's their plan to lose money, so that somebody like Disney buys them up, that's some 4D chess move right there.
I can imagine.
Like, I am not prepared for that.
That'd be some because I can imagine the day when they got Fox. The moving company is like, we have Fox Studios. Should we put it in this spot that says Sony? No. That's for later. All right. Well, with that, I think we are done here, my friend.
Sorry, I tried to type in. I was trying to figure out the release date of King of Staten Island, and then like every time
I was listening up a map, like oh, here's Staten Island.
No, instead it's King Cullen. Third time's the charm. There it goes. $20 on YouTube. Are you high? Who would pay $20 for this movie?
Are you implying people are taking drugs? I think we can get demonetized for that.
It's not pronounced.
Are you taking a substance on Minecraft?
I was gonna say it's pronounced yellow checkmarked.
Yellow checkmark,
but
that's a thing.
Yeah, because you can't say that other word because, that will get you yellow check marked.
What, self-deleting?
No, self-deleting will also get you yellow check marked.
Struggle snuggle?
Definitely get you yellow check marked. Now, if you say it as we all just did, you will be theoretically green check marked. I hope you folks get that reference. I really do. I at least know one party who I keep telling to watch the videos gets those references.
Good luck with that. All right, with that being said, boys and girls, if you could do us a favor, hit that like button, click the subscribe, and also there's a little feature on, if you haven't noticed it, you see this little bell icon? If you hit that bell icon, you'll actually get notified whenever we upload a video, which is usually Mondays and Fridays for the time being as of right now.
Oh, no pressure. See, when I was doing it Monday or Fridays, nobody cared. Now that you're putting it officially out there in the universe, there's a schedule.
Nobody cared who I was until they looked at the calendar.
Oh my God, I hate you on so many different levels.
I didn't just edit it out. All right, I've been DJ. He's been Rex, and we are the Sons of Cinema.
Peace. I'm gonna keep doing that every time.
I don't know what it is. My right bicep is really.
I told you, switch to the left.
That feels weird. It doesn't even feel like a stranger. It just feels like,
like a total stranger.
No, it feels like a relative.
That's how that's ending, right? Like that's exactly how that's ending. Oh my God.